I'm Ciliann. Welcome to my art channel. In this video I show you how to paint an acrylic still life painting of French baguettes, cheese and wine. Enjoy! So here's our table, and we'll just outline each item that we want to paint over. So we have the basic placement and size and shape of everything that we want to paint. So on the right side there are 2 bottles of wine, differently shaped, and on the left side there is a cheese board with various cheeses, and in front there are 2 baguettes. I'll just cover the background with a bright layer of magenta, and we'll get started on the wine bottles. So here we see the bottom of this. This is a white wine, so we can see the inside clearly. And as the glass is reflecting all the colors of the room around it, adding to that the color of the wine itself, or the color of the bottle. So that makes this a very colorful bottle. And brown, yellow, green, white, gray, black. The way to get a good glass bottle idea is by just putting one color next to the other as you see it. If you have a glass bottle in front of you and you just look at it and you see which colors stand out to you and where the reflection is, there's a very bright strip of white, and whatever's around the bottle in the room is reflected as well. So you can make a glass bottle look very, very realistic just by looking at it and seeing what colors to put side by side. And here are the labels, and I showed some shadowing on the labels and on the sides of the bottles. Moving on to the cheese board. Many of these cheeses I've tasted myself. They are delicious, although it takes getting used to. It's an acquired taste. So we'll just put in the color of the cheese board, and around each one we'll give a little bit of a darker shade of brown so that they look like they're actually sitting on it. And while we're with brown on the brush anyway, we will go over and make our whole baguette and our baguette that has been sliced down the middle. And first I covered that with some dots of brown and layered it with different lighter colors to show those air bubbles and the structure of the bread. So painting these cheeses required various layers of colors. Since many of these cheeses have more than one color in the outside, or that you can cut a slice and see the colors inside the middle and they show through, so there are different strengths of color as well. Since, for example, a blue cheese, if you slice it you'll see lighter blue parts where the blue is deeper inside, and darker blue parts where the blue is on the surface that is cut. So in that case, I first painted a splotch of black and blue all over and covered that up with white so you can still see it in the background. And on top of that, I dotted once again for stronger black color wherever was needed. And the hard cheeses that are yellowish white, the edges are darker, the center is a creamier white, and this one in the middle, what was tricky, it has a very interesting texture. So it took a lot of layers to get the blend of color that I wanted. It looked almost like a wrinkled walnut idea, that the whole outside of the cheese was wrinkled in itself and different parts were lighter, were orangey and yellow. And the one up front on the left, the black one, that's a chevre, I think. And that started off with black, and I put white on top of it since I think it's covered with a layer of ash, which is the black part. And over there in the back is a camembert, and it was based with some orange, which peeks through at the edges, and covered in white, which is the rind and also the wrapping paper that it's sitting inside. And I left the tablecloth a basic grayish white color, with some shadowy areas underneath or around the different things that are on the tablecloth. Many still life paintings have the food set up on a very wrinkled tablecloth with many folds. And here are the lighter parts of the baguette. And I dotted over with a touch of white for the flowery parts. I'm just trying to give that tablecloth look. And for decoration, some cherry tomatoes scattered about. And some fresh basil leaves. This looks like a delicious meal.